So we have just two compositions, both big compositions in the second half, but rather than break up the flow of those, I want to just take care of something now, which is very important to do. Although the MIT Wind Ensemble is participating in the Great Clarinet Summit along with the Festival Jazz Ensemble, this is their last official concert of the academic year. So I just want to acknowledge the graduating seniors. We have a few this year. I'm happy that there's only a few. It's always sad when anybody graduates, but when there's many, it's even sadder, and I'm more depressed. So I'm only halfway depressed tonight, but still depressed nonetheless. In any case, I want to acknowledge, and if I could just ask each to stand up, that would be great. In the flute section, graduating with degrees in electrical engineering and computer science, Rachel Thornton. In the oboe section, graduating with a degree in biology, Sue Lian. She is. In the clarinet section, graduating with a degree in mechanical engineering, Yasmin Chavez. In the saxophone, yes. In the saxophone section, Ronnie Ogden with a degree in aeronautics and astronautics. Ronnie. And Rachel Morgan, also with a degree in aeronautics and astronautics. All of these young people have made vast musical and non-musical contributions to the MIT Wind Ensemble, and I thank them all and will miss them all deeply. I think some are coming back because they're going to graduate school. Can we all go to graduate school here? No, it doesn't. We'll try to work on that. At this time of the year, I also present the Richard and Jody Nordloff Awards. This award is presented to a member or members of the MIT Wind Ensemble in recognition of distinguished service and musical contribution to the MIT Wind Ensemble. I'm quite sad to report that Richard Nordloff, MIT class of 1955 and a long-time and ardent supporter of the MIT Wind Ensemble, passed away in January. We will hold a concert in his honor next season. This year, there are 3 recipients of the Norwood Award, the Nordloff Award. The first recipient has been a principal flute and piccolo Mitwe member for her entire 4 years and a frequent member of the MIT Festival Jazz Ensemble. She's also performed with the MIT Symphony Orchestra, Chamber Music Society, and other things I don't even know about. Her dedication, consistency, and intuitive musicality has always brightened the MIT Wind Ensemble overall experience. Rachel Thornton. Our next recipient has been a dedicated member for 4 years as well and has held the soprano saxophone chair for all of that time, as well as playing fantastic alto saxophone. Wonderful musician and a saxophone force of nature you heard tonight in both pieces, Ronnie Ogden. Final recipient and also a Course Sax Ensemble member. I don't know if you saw the name of the group, but Course 6, of course, is a kind of ubiquitous major here, and so the saxophone ensemble calls himself Course Sax. And another member is someone who's, anyway, I think of as a very most calming presence in MIT student body, one of them. She's a wonderful musician, terrific saxophonist, and is fiercely consistent and dedicated, and has served as an MIT officer for an entire 4 years in the social chair role. She has benignly and very happily forced us all to eat together, skate together, to attend concerts, and play board games. I think we played some interesting board games for 4-year-olds, which was great. So I'm all for that. Congratulations to Rachel Morgan. Lastly, I just want to publicly thank the entire MIT Wind Ensemble. While we're not done yet, it's been a fantastic year, and these people do many amazing things in addition to making music, and I'm always amazed when we get together and I get to talk with them one-on-one. I end up interviewing them as to what they're doing because it's so fascinating. So I'm just very enamored of what they do and who they are. So thank you all very much, MIT Wind Ensemble. And I do want to do one more shout out to Ken Amos, the assistant conductor of the MIT Wind Ensemble and a major force in what this experience is about. Thank you, Ken, who's up there. Okay, it's my great pleasure to bring to the stage to perform the Byron Concerto for Clarinet and Wind Ensemble, a great colleague and dear friend to Mitwi. But before I do, I have to acknowledge that due to an illness of one of our clarinetists, this great colleague I'm about to introduce, after playing this concerto, will also play our last composition to fill in for our ailing clarinetist Nanette Wu, who we deeply miss and who is watching, and we hope for a speedy recovery. Please welcome Keenan Sahin, Distinguished Professor of Music, Faculty Director of MIT Center for Art, Science, and Technology, and Section Head of Music and Theater Arts, Evan Zippor. reception right after the concert in the lobby for everybody, all the performers and all audience members. So please join us, and all the students and composers will be there. Jamshid Sharifi is certainly on the short list of MIT's most artistically distinguished and accomplished alumni as a composer, arranger, producer. He's a treasured colleague and friend, and collaborated with the MIT Wind Ensemble, MIT Festival Jazz Ensemble, and various projects that sprout about here on campus. Big projects usually. We love him very much, and I'm honored to invite him to the stage to say a few words about his deep composition, Awakening, composed in recognition of the Arab Spring. Please welcome Jamshid Sharifi.
Most of you know that it was Fred's idea for this piece, and he was driving. Tell me if I get the story right. You were driving in your car listening to NPR.
Right, that's right.
About the Arab Spring, and you thought, what a great subject for a piece. And I think you emailed me or called me within a day. Said, so hey, how about this? And Fred gets really enthusiastic about these things. And, his enthusiasm is so overwhelming and powerful that no matter what you actually think about it, you say, yeah, sure, let's go on. So as I did, I started looking into what we knew about the Arab Spring as it unfolded, and also trying to think about wind ensemble, because I'd never written for it before. You find out really quickly that you have this problem of everybody has to breathe. So you can't just have these really long notes that go on forever. But I slung through it and then started having a lot of fun writing it. Like, it was really enjoyable. It was musically interesting. The challenge of writing for wind, mixing those colors, was really interesting. And it was actually one of the most joyful things I've done musically. And it's turned out to be a lot of fun to hear and people say to play. It's certainly been a great pleasure for me to come back here now for the third time and hear different groups of young people, although I think there's Scottsville. Different groups of young people engage with the piece and bring their own shadings and light to it. But it really comes back to Fred, his enthusiasm, his joy for music, his always searching for new ideas that could bring something to the students and to people around him. So once again, I thank him and the ensemble for playing this so beautifully.